DreamFolks Services Limited IPO. Company analysis. DreamFolks is India's largest and most dominant airport lounge access provider. The company facilitates customers of clients access to the following airport-related services: lounges, food and beverage, spa, meet and assist, airport transfer, transit hotels, nap room access, and baggage transfer. The company's first-mover advantage in the lounge access aggregator industry in India has enabled it to become a dominant player with a share of over 80% in the domestic lounge access market. DreamFolks' dominance is underpinned by facilitating access to 100% of the 54 lounges currently operational in India. It also enjoyed a market share of over 95% of all India-issued credit card and debit card access to airport lounges in FY 2022. DreamFolks began effective operations in 2013 by facilitating lounge access services for the consumers of MasterCard. DreamFolks provides services to all the card networks operating in India, including Visa, MasterCard, Diners, Discover and RuPay, and many of India's prominent card issuers, including ICICI Bank Limited, Axis Bank Limited, Kotak Mahindra Bank Limited, HDFC Bank Limited and SBI Cards and Payment Services Limited. In FY 2020, over 80% of all Indian domestic lounge access was via India-issued credit and debit cards. It estimated market share of more than 95% of all India-issued card-based access to domestic lounges in FY 2022. DreamFolks have coverage throughout 54 operating airport lounges, that is about 100% of airport lounges in India, and exclusive access to 12 domestic lounges across 11 airports in India. The rising consumer base of airline passengers and card users are the source of revenue for DreamFolks. Consumers' access to airport lounges is becoming increasingly relevant to their card sales and customer engagement programs. Ability to capitalize on growing consumer base with no associated costs of direct consumer acquisition. Asset and human resource light business model with a strong track record of delivering consistent growth. Cordial relationships with marquee clients including global card network providers in India and prominent Indian and global banks and corporates is benefiting the company. The lounge fee contributed a vast majority of its revenues from operations in FY 2022, contributing 98.7% to the total revenues of the company. The average revenue from lounge fee for last 3 years stood at 98.6%. The cost to operators, especially lounge operators, the operational expenses are minimal. It has a global footprint extending to 1,416 touchpoints in 121 countries worldwide, out of which 244 touchpoints are present in India and 1,172 touchpoints overseas. The company does not have any listed peer companies for comparison of performance, as it operates in an industry which is in its initial stages. Sectoral analysis. Passenger traffic has been growing steadily, driven largely by income growth and low-cost aviation. With growing air and passenger traffic, lounge market would flourish. The airport lounges have grown steadily in India over the past 5 years. Any airport with a passenger movement of around 5-6 million a year can accommodate a successful lounge. The number of lounges in an airport is proportional to the passenger numbers. The Indian lounge market is expected to grow at 4 times of the current market size and is expected to reach 204 lounges by 2040. Increased privatization of airlines is also expected to increase the investment for airline-based lounges. The UDAN scheme and the privatization of the airports are expected to the key government initiatives which could contribute to this market. The penetration of digital economy and cards is expected to increase exponentially. The low-cost carriers have a significant market share in India, and this is expected to continue. India has been seeing a steady increase in business index and tourism. IPO details: number of shares under IPO 1,72,42,368. Price band 308-326. Offer closing date August 26, 2022.